Hello everybody and welcome back to another Halo 2 modding tutorial, and today I'm going to be covering the basics of how to set up the Halo 2 editing kit, how to use Sapien, Gorilla, and tag test, and overall how to create a custom scenario, how to place some weapons, some vehicles, some AI in there, and just give you the bare bones tools to just mess around. So, I'm not gonna be talking about compiling with command prompt and tool and then uploading that to MCC because that's not really necessary because we have tag test. It's so much faster to just load up in tag test. And I already have a video about how to upload mods to MCC. It's for Halo CE, but the process is very, very similar. So, and just to save time. So, let's get started. The very first thing is you need to download your Halo 2 editing kit in your tools library for Steam. So, you should find it right by any other tools you have. Halo CE modding, 3 modding, Reach modding tools, all that. So you download it, then you navigate to your H2EK folder, wherever it is you decided to download it. And then the only thing you need to do to get stuff working is just extract this archive, or just double click this .bat file, which will extract the files for you. And what that extracts is all the tags right here. And that's pretty much all you need to do to get started. So that's a way easier than custom edition. Like that was like a third of the video setting up all that stuff. But now we need to create a brand new scenario. We're going to use Gorilla to do that, but first we need to create the proper directory. So we're going to go into the tags folder you just extracted. We're going to go into the scenarios folder. The file structure is a bit different in Halo 2 than CE. And then I'm going to be doing a solo map because I want to mess around with AI, and I don't think you can spawn AI in multiplayer maps for Halo 2. You could for custom edition and I guess MCC custom edition. Whatever, but I'm just going to do solo. So we'll go into the solo one, and then in here, where all these maps are, you want to create a folder, and this is going to end up being the folder that's going to contain your .scenario file. So we'll just name this new _ map, just like that, and that's all we need to do in the tags directory. I think, yeah, that's all we need to do for tags. Now we will open up gorilla.exe here, back in your root directory. And it should, here we go. So this is, Gorilla's slightly different than CE, but not much. So we want to go out to create a scenario file, want to go up to File, New, then this little thing will pop up, hit the drop down menu, and you want to scroll down to Scenario, right here. Click OK, and then it should generate an empty scenario tag for you. And we're going to put in some incredibly basic settings. And there is a little bit of funky stuff going on with Halo 2 in terms of like skies and stuff, but whatever. So the very first thing here, skies right here, hit add, and then you want to click these 3 dots. And then this, I'm not sure where this will take you right away, but just navigate to your tags folder, then scenario, and then in the scenarios folder, you'll find the skies folder, so open that up, and then you have even more options to choose from. I'll just go solo, we'll go Earth City, and then you can basically choose any file that has .sky. So any of these should work. So I'll do cinematic new Mombasa .sky. So if it ends in a .sky, it should be fine. And then right here is where you set your type. So you could do multiplayer, main menu, all this stuff. I'm going to do solo because I want to use AI. Then we're going to scroll down quite a bit to structure BSPs right here, right below cutscene titles. So click add again. And then we have a few more settings than in Halo CE. We got a structure BSP, a structure light map, and then a default sky. So the structure BSP is the actual map itself. The light map is just the lighting of the map. And then the sky is the sky, or you can add several different skies, but we only chose one. So I'm just going to set that to that later. But click on these 3 dots again. And now we want to go back a few folders to scenarios, solo, and you can choose multiplayer. You can choose multiplayer scenario structures as well. So I'll use a solo one though. Solo. Let's do Old Mombasa. Now, some of these BSP structures are a bit weird. Sometimes they don't render a sky. Earth City 1, that always seems to render a sky. I think Delta Approach. Delta Approach, this one right here, for whatever reason, this doesn't, if I set a sky, it doesn't register. It's just like a black sky. So most of the scenarios should render a sky, but some don't for whatever reason. I don't know what causes that, but I'll just choose Earth City 1 dot scenario structure BSP. Open that. Then open the light map, and you can pretty much choose any light map you want. The BSP structure and the light map don't have to match. So I'll choose Old Mombasa Earth City 3 light map, and then we'll set the sky we chose first, and that should be all we need to load into the scenario in Sapien. So when we try and save it, we'll get the prompt to actually name it, and now this is where we navigate to the folder we named already for our personal level. So we go back to solo and new map, and I think it's I'm not sure if you have to, but it's probably best to name your scenario file the exact same as your scenario folder. So new map, and there we go. Scenarios, solo, new map.scenario. And we're gonna need to come back into Gorilla, so keep that open if you're following along. Now we need to open Sapien.exe, and yours is probably gonna open somewhere else, but just navigate to your new map.scenario file. So, tags, scenario, solo, new map.scenario. Wherever you put your map, get there and get to the scenario file, then you click open, and this will probably take a little bit to load, so I'll just cut to when it's done. And you don't need those two windows over here. You're only going to need probably just the hierarchy view. No, you're going to need both of these views, properties and hierarchy, but well, actually, it's probably going to, yeah, that was pretty quick. So here we go. We got the sky. I got a random light map I just threw in there. So things are probably looking a little different than they would actually in game. But yeah, we can fly around now. Oh yeah, the Sapien controls. Sapien controls are the exact same as Halo CE. If you're doing nothing, you can just use your mouse and navigate around. If you're hovering over the game window and you hold down the middle mouse, you can look around. And then if you continue to hold down the middle mouse and you use WASD, you can move around just like this. Move around, look. R and F to rise and fall. And then you can hit shift to cycle through speeds. You can see there in the bottom left. 5 times seems to be pretty good for these maps. So those are the basic movement controls. And now we'll talk about how to actually spawn into the map. So the layout itself is very similar to Halo CE. It's just all the file layouts are a bit different. So if we open mission here, things are a bit different. We still got AI, game data, structured data, object. It's still very similar stuff. It's just, kind of scrambled around. But the way to spawn a starting position, you open missions, open game data, and then you got player starting points right here. Open that up, and then you get a whole list of different types. And basically all of these are just variations of the exact same one. So if we go none here and place it, you place stuff by right-clicking. If we just place this none, you can see all this is just basically the same. And if we were to go to King of the Hill here and then place that, you can see type 0 was switched to King of the Hill. So these are basically just shortcuts to, put down a quick multiplayer spawn point. But I'm going to just do the campaign, or a solo map. So I'm just going to spawn none. And then at the very bottom here, you can choose all the different types of campaign players. So Master Chief, the Arbiter, or the Dervish, whatever the hell, and then Chief Multiplayer, and then Chief Arbiter. Oh no, just Elite. We'll do the Elite, or the Arbiter. And then you got a little white line that is showing you your orientation. You can change that by just clicking and holding the yellow arrow right there. The arrow isn't going to move, but you should be able to see that little white line. And then you can pretty much just move this around by using the white box. All this stuff, these three you can't select, so pretty easy. And yeah, that's all for a solo map. That's all you need to do. Just set up a spawn, have the campaign player type be whatever you want it to be. And now if we hit save, we're gonna run into a problem when I try and load this up, but I'll show you the command to load this up in tag test quick. So minimize Sapien, open your Halo 2 tag test. Wait for it to do its thing. And then we wanna maximize this, because if we try and open the console, you're probably not gonna see it. So maximize this. I think you'll probably have to make some scenario or make some profile. You can just type in whatever. I just did Bob. Now you get the base 2 Halo loading screen, and what we need to do to load up that scenario is press the command console key, which is the tilde key. Is that what it's called? It's right above tab below escape, next to 1. And then you should see at the very, very bottom here, the little Halo 2 console thing, and the main screen should freeze. Now, the command we need to put in here to load up our scenario is called game_start. Then you hit space, and then starting in the tags directory, you just type in, or starting in the tags folder, you type the directory to your .scenario file. So we start in tags, then after tags, it's, ooh, did I even spell that right? It's scenarios. Scenarios, not scenario, scenarios. I made that mistake quite a bit. And then you do a backslash, the one above enter and below backspace. And then you do solo, because that's the next folder I went to. And then new map, which is the name of the folder. And then backslash again, and then new map again, because that's the name of the .scenario file. So new map, and enter. And it should load up, and we're gonna run into a problem here. You can see we spawned in, the shield and the everything, the HUD looked like the Arbiter, but everything faded to black. I don't know what the cause of this problem is, but the fix is pretty easy. And we have to actually create a custom script for this, which is not very complicated. It's not hard at all. It just is in the different directory. So don't X out of tag test, because if we go back on the console, you can hit up on the arrow key. You can hit the up arrow key, and it'll just recycle the last command. So that's going to make things even faster to load back in. So just minimize Halo 2 tag test for now. And now we need to create a custom script to counteract that fade to black that happens for whatever reason. So to do that, we need to, you go back to your base directory, go to the data folder right here, go to scenarios, and you're trying to mirror your tag scenario in the data folder. So tags, scenarios, solo, new map, right here. So data, scenarios, solo, and then we need to make a new map folder in here, because again, we need to mirror this tags directory. So new map, open that, and then now we have it mirrored. So now we need to create another folder in the data directory called scripts, just like that. And then in your scripts folder, create a .txt file called scripts as well. It doesn't actually have to be called scripts, but that's how it works in custom edition, and that's just like part of my DNA at this point. So open up your .txt file, and now we have to convert this into a file Halo can read as a script. So you go to File up here, Save As, hit the drop-down menu, go to All Files, take off the TXT extension and type HSC, save. And now we have a scripts.hsc. Get rid of your TXT. Now we can create this. We can put scripting data in here, and when we compile our scripts in Sapien, it will read this file. and a globals script, which is the thing we need to use to counteract that fade. So go to your data directory again, all the way back to data. Then go to globals, global scripts.hsc, and now we basically just need to copy. I use this one right here, cinematic fade from black bars. I'm not gonna go into too much scripting, so just script startup base. Just type what I type here. Script startup base, make sure it's all in brackets. Then you take the name of this static script here, copy it, put it in brackets right here. So this is in its own brackets, and then this is within these brackets. Save that, and now that will counteract the fade, so you can actually just move around in the game. So X out of that, X out of that. We shouldn't need to go to data anymore. Now we need to get back into Sapien here. Hit Control-Shift-C all at once. Control-Shift-C. Oops. Oh, did I spell startup? I think I spelled startup wrong. Hold on. Data, solo, new map, scripts.hsc. Oh yeah, I forgot a T. Startup. There we go. Now we Control-Shift-C. There we go. Scripts compiled successfully. So what that did, it compiled the global script and the custom script we just used. I don't know what causes that problem. It's not the global script because I never compiled this scenario, so not sure what happened there. But now if we go back into Halo Tag Test, console key, recycle your old command, enter. Now if we go in here, no fade, nothing happens. We can run around, we can throw grenades. We don't have any weapons, but that's an easy fix in Gorilla. So there we go. That's that. So go back to the main menu here. Minimize this. Minimize Sapien, and now we'll add ourselves a weapon. And if we go back into our scenario, we can see it updated with our global script because we compiled. We have our global script and our actual script with the stuff we typed right there. And now we need to go, I believe we need to go up here. Yeah, right by player starting location. We need to go to player starting P. I'm not sure what P stands for, but this is our custom loadout. So hit add, just like for anything else. Give it a name. Starting loadout. Right here, these two things, all they do is like give you health damage and give you shield damage. Halo 2, I don't think has much of a health mechanic. It's just shields. So if we were to go 1 and 1 like this, we'd basically start at 0 shields and they would just recharge right away. So not much of a point in that. But the thing we're looking for here is primary weapon and secondary weapon. So to set your primary weapon, hit these 3 dots and go back to your tags folder. Go to objects right here, weapons folder, and then you go find whatever weapon you want to use. So I'll use rifle, Covenant carbine, and then you click the .weapon file. Any file you put into these fields here must be a .weapon file. So there we go. And then you can determine how much ammo you have. Rounds total includes the rounds loaded, so I believe the carbine can hold 18 shots in like one canister magazine, whatever the hell it holds, and then it can hold 72 rounds with that 18, so that'll be 90. So this is including these first 18. And then we'll add a secondary weapon. We'll go weapons, pistol. We'll add a plasma pistol because that's a plasma. And for plasma, I think it's just percentages. So 100% rounds loaded, 100% total. That seemed to have worked for me. And starting frag grenade, starting plasma, 4. Don't go higher than 4. I don't know why you would. I don't know if that crashes the game. Doesn't matter. But now you just save that. Wait for the little thing to go away. And if we were to load in, we would have all those weapons. But we're going to get into Sapien now. Or I guess more Sapien. So, whoops. Sapien. So, yeah, it has to refresh. Now, I'm gonna talk about how to place weapons and vehicles, and then I'm gonna load in and show everything working, and then the last thing is gonna be AI. So, before you do anything with all these folders or any of that, we have to go to Edit Types here, and we have to add the weapons and vehicles we want to place in the map to the actual scenario. So, open Edit Types, and then hit the Object Class drop-down menu for weapons. You go to Weapon. And then vehicles, you would go to vehicle. You can only do one at a time. So we'll go to weapon here. Then you click add. And then this is exactly like assigning a weapon to your loadout in Gorilla. So you go rifle. Let's do battle rifle. Then you select .weapon files. Then you hit add tags. It'll add it down here. Let's add a brute shot. And we'll be done with that. We'll do place some vehicles. It should take you right to the folder, but if it doesn't, then you just go, if you start in tags, you go to objects, and then this should be all the object classes in here. So objects, vehicles. Apparently is the Falcon in Halo 2? Really? I didn't know. Well, I guess we're gonna find out. And we'll add a creep multiplayer. I don't think you can drive the creep vehicle. You have to, in order to drive it, you have to have creep MP. So we'll add that one. I think that's actually called a shadow. Who cares? All right. So there we go. Now we have the ability to actually place those things in our scenario because we added them. So now for weapons, we go to expand your missions folder. Go to objects. Items, and then you got your units, or you got your weapons folder right here, so select that, and then you place a weapon just like you do for a starting location. Right click, and you have this little thing right here. Now, changing the orientation is a little bit awkward because there is no white line to show you where you're facing, but you can click and then drag your mouse over here, and it should change right here. But that's before we place anything. Yeah, ignore that last sentence. That made no sense. So you place your thing, just like anything else, and then you go up to type here, and then you select what type you want this weapon to be. So we'll have it be a battle rifle, and now you can change its orientation and actually see what's going on. And for this to be able to be picked up, I don't think you need to do anything. I'll make this 0, just so it's a little bit off the ground. I don't think you need to change anything else. Oh, here, rounds left and rounds loaded. I believe this is exactly like the Gorilla thing, where rounds left includes rounds loaded. So I believe the battle rifle can hold 36 rounds in one magazine, and then 216 I think is that. I'm not that good at math. The only reason I remembered that is because I've done it before. And I believe that's all you need to do to have a weapon there able to be picked up. So we'll add another one quick, and it should copy the exact same thing because I placed it when I was doing that. Except for this one, we'll go to the top here, select a brute shots, change this to that so it's kind of, isn't like in the ground. And the ammo for the brute shot, is it 5 loaded? And then I guess we'll do 15. I don't remember. I think it's 5. But there we go. So there we go. You can place your weapons, save that. I believe in order for them to be able to be picked up, you need to compile again. So every time you do something, just Control-Shift-C and then save after that, just to be safe. Now, vehicles are the exact same way. So just in a different folder. So now we go to units, still in the objects folder. So mission objects, units, vehicles. Again, you place them with a right click. Place that, and then you define its type. So we'll do a Falcon. What the hell is that thing? Okay, I can see why they didn't add that into the game. All right. So apparently that's a thing. And then we'll add a creep over here. It might explode and die, but it should, when we compile, everything should go back to normal. So we'll save, compile. There we go, let reset, and then we'll save again. You don't need to, I don't think you need to change any settings for these vehicles. You should be able to just go in them. So we got our weapons placed right there, the vehicles placed right there. We compiled, we saved, so now we'll go back into tag test, load up the mission with the same exact command. And we spawn in, we have our weapons that we set in Gorilla. There's tons of errors, but there's probably a command to suppress errors, but whatever. And if we walk up, here we go, we can pick up our stuff. Holy moly, I went a little bit overboard with the ammo there. I must have misclicked. Or I guess it didn't save. Oh, you can only have 4 grenades in a brute shot. Well, I guess you can give yourself as much ammo as you want. Okay. There we go. And now if we try and get in these... Actually, I don't know if you're... Whoa. Yeah, that thing is not really finished. Now, if we get into the shadow here... There we go. Now we can just move around with this thing. That is like... What is this thing even for? I guess it's just like... a troop transport. We can get in the back here. Jump up here. Get in the turrets. Which has a crazy rate of fire. Holy moly, that thing is a crazy rate of fire. But there you go. Weapons, vehicles, custom loadouts, and fixed fade to black issue. Now we will spawn some AI in here, which is not very hard either. There's a few things. There's a few more steps to it because you gotta, have zones and areas and firing positions, but all pretty easy. So before we start adding some AI, we need to go to edit types, and then we have to, just like for vehicles and weapons, we need to add the type of character we're adding to our scenario to its like palette. So for that, we go to the drop-down menu, we go to character, and then you click add. It should take you right to the characters folder. Again, it's tags, objects, then the object class, so characters. And I'm going to be doing brutes. And then to find the .character file, you go to AI right here. That should be the same for every character. And we will add a brute honor guard. And probably a normal brute and a brute captain, just because. We'll throw Tartarus in there, why the hell not? So we'll do all that. And now we can use all 4 of those guys. Now we have to navigate to our AI folder. So missions, AI right here. And now this file structure is a bit different than Halo CE, but it's not too much more. Especially with the way I'm doing it, I'm just gonna go over the necessary settings, and then I'll go over all the AI stuff in separate videos. So the only thing you need to actually spawn a squad are squads right here and a zone. So select the squads folder, click new instance, and then this thing will pop up. Looks exactly like Halo CE. You can give it a name. We'll call this Brute Squad 1. Now, make sure you check initially placed for every AI. If you don't have this checked, they're not going to be placed. This is the opposite of like vehicles and weapons. They're scripted to not be placed automatically. So you have to tell them, I want these placed. I don't know why that is. I fell for that several times, but yeah. So make sure you place that if you actually want to see your guys. Team here, I'm just going to be choosing player, but you got 15 different sides here. You can do some absolutely wild shit if you really want to. But we'll just make them players so they don't try and kill me. Major upgrade, that's the exact same as Halo CE. Every .character file has a major variant, and then every once in a while it will just automatically upgrade to that variant. I'll have none. And then normal difficulty count and insane difficulty count, these are the exact same as Halo CE. This is just referring to how many guys will be spawned on legendary versus normal difficulties. So on normal, we'll spawn 5 guys. On legendary, we'll spawn 6. I'm just going to do 5 and 5 though. I don't know what the I don't know what counts, because this might be easy, normal, and heroic, and this might only be legendary, or it might be split 2 and 2. So this would be easy, normal, or heroic and legendary. I'm not sure where the division is between normal and insane, but maybe it's just legendary. But yeah, and now we get down to all of this stuff, the actual defining what the character is going to be. So you got your character type right here, and again, that's the character file. We're going to end up using all 4 of these characters, but I'm just going to choose the Brute as the base character for the squad, and then we'll come back to the zones later. The initial weapon, I'll have them all with Brute shots. You can define a secondary weapon if you want. The grenade type, we'll do Covenant Plasma. All these plasma, or the grenades, should be there automatically, so I'll do Covenant Plasma. And then for this screen, that should be everything, except the zone, but again, we'll come back to this. So that's everything in there. Now we'll expand the squad, and then we have starting positions, just like CE. And then, again, you place these, just like everything else. Right-click, got your starting position, and you can see Brute Shot. It's got its, what would you call it? Parameters there, its definitions. So we'll spawn 5 of these positions, because we have 5 guys being spawned. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now you can see we have more definitions of the exact same type. And basically what's going on with these starting positions is these can override the starting settings of the overall squad. So we'll have this guy, we'll have the starting position 0, we'll have him just be a standard Brute. This one right here will change his character to a Brute Honor Guard. 2, we'll change him to a Brute Captain, and then the 5th one, we'll change him to Tartarus. And we can change their orientation, which we can't really see in this mode, but if we go back to our, if we go back to our squad mode, if we go back to squad, we got little, whoa, what the hell did I do? Holy shit. Okay, almost screwed something up. Okay. You can see the orientation of each starting position in your squad menu. And as you can see, Brute Shot, Brute Honor Guard, Brute Shot, Brute Captain, those words changed with what the settings were in the starting positions. So that should be everything to actually oh, nope, we have to do zones. Okay. So, get out of squads quick. Now we go to zones. You make a zone just like you make a squad. Hit new instance, and then before you start placing firing positions, because this is where firing positions were changed to. In CE, the firing positions would be like under this squad, but now they made a separate. They separated the firing positions out from each squad. It seems like. So, go to your zones, and then you have to make an area first. So you make an area just like a zone, new instance, name this area Brute Area 1. And now when we go to firing positions, and we go to area, we select that area we just made, and now we can start placing firing positions. And these are exactly like the firing positions of CE. You place them with a right click, and they look pretty much the exact same, except there's a bit of a... they're just different, but for our purposes, for this video right now, just place one area worth of firing positions. And if you don't assign an area, it's not going to work. It's going to say none, and it's going to be red. So you do have to have an area. So there we go. We're going to name this zone to Brute. We're going to name this to Brute Zone. So Brute Zone has one area called Brute Area 1, and that area has several firing positions. So, go all out of that. Go back to your squad, and then scroll down to Initial Zone, and then set your Brute Zone as that. Just like that. So, character type, zone, weapon, grenades. That's all the basic stuff. Make sure you have initially placed for your squad. Make sure they're set to whatever team you want. Major upgrade can be whatever you want. The amount of guys being spawned is right here. And then you got your firing positions, which if you want, can override the actual squad's settings. So yeah, we'll save, compile, save, and we'll load this up in tag test. And these guys should spawn in. And there we go. Got a bunch of brutes. That guy has some shiny ass armor.
Thank you.
Yeah, anytime. So yeah. And if you wanna add a wait, does this guy, he's Tartarus, does he? Is the Tartarus AI broken? But anyway, the base AI, they just kind of walk around. They kind of patrol on their own. Initial and return states aren't really a thing in Halo 2. The AI seems much more just on top of things, like a bit able to do whatever it needs to do. So yeah. So now you can make you can throw some vehicles down. You can actually the AI will get in this creep or shadow here. Although I think it's too far away. But yeah, well, I guess Tartarus is broken. Can we kill him? Oh, he has the shields! Well, don't mess around with Tartarus, I guess. But yeah, there you go. Hopefully that all helped. Hopefully that made sense. I think I covered everything I want to cover for like just the bare bones of how to, you know, get in and start messing around. Yeah, I covered all the, there's a lot of settings here, but first of all, I don't know what half of these do because I'm relatively new to this, but, you know, it's not too much different from, CE, just, you know, things kind of shuffled around, some things taken out, some things put in. If you can figure out stuff in CE, this isn't too much more. So yeah, hopefully that helps you out in terms of just, I guess, getting started with, you know, just having fun, fucking around, doing stuff. Yeah. That's gonna be it for this, and I will probably do a lot more, well, obviously I'm gonna do a lot more Halo 2 modding videos, but a lot are probably gonna be coming soon, I guess, depending on how long it takes me to figure out a lot of stuff. But yeah, if you made it here, thank you for watching. If you watch any of my other stuff, thank you for watching that as well, and I'll see you in whatever I decide to do next time, so thank you for watching.